The late afternoon sun stretches the shadows of the dunes long and soft across the sands of Wadi Rum. There is a silence here, but it is not empty. It is a profound quiet that seems to hold the memory of every sunrise and every whispered wind that has ever passed through this place. The desert breathes, and in its slow exhale, you understand that time moves differently here. It is not measured in minutes, but in the patient shifting of sand and the slow crawl of a shadow toward the horizon. Life announces itself not with a shout, but with the quiet chime of a glass as sweet tea is poured. A low current of conversation, soft as the sand, flows between men resting on worn carpets. An elder sits, his face a roadmap of desert sun and wind, each line a story of survival and belonging. This is the rhythm of the Bedouin camp, an existence tuned to the subtle cues of the natural world. It is a life lived with an economy of movement, where every action has a purpose, honed by generations of wisdom. Something is about to happen. A few men begin to gather, not with urgency, but with a shared, unspoken understanding that flows between them. Their camaraderie is easy, born from a lifetime of mutual reliance. A feast in the desert is more than sustenance. In a landscape defined by scarcity, a shared meal is a statement of community, a form of social currency that reinforces bonds stronger than any contract. The ritual begins. A young man breaks the silence, not with a word, but with the steady scrape of a shovel. He is digging a pit, and his movements are practiced, efficient, a rhythm passed down through his family line. The hole in the ground is a perfect cylinder, a deliberate vessel carved from the earth itself. This is not just a hole. It is the foundation of a 2-hour promise, an oven built from the very land that will provide the meal. Now, the fire. It is not a bonfire, built for light or spectacle, but a carefully constructed core of heat. Dry wood, gathered from the sparse desert flora, is arranged with intention inside the pit. The flames that rise are temporary. The true purpose is what they leave behind. The focus is on the transformation of wood into a bed of glowing, patient embers, the true heart of the Zarb ritual. The work now moves from the earth to the hands. A fragrant mix of spices, cardamom, cumin, sumac is rubbed into generous cuts of lamb and chicken, a practiced, rhythmic motion that speaks of generations. These scents carry their own history. They are whispers of ancient trade routes, a subtle economic map drawn across the sand, connecting this remote place to a world of bustling markets and distant ports. Alongside the meat, the vegetables are prepared with an elegant simplicity. Whole onions, tomatoes, and potatoes are seasoned with nothing more than olive oil and salt, a testament to the idea that the earth provides all the complexity needed. And then we see the instrument of this transformation, the Zarb. It is a multi-tiered metal rack, a vertical structure designed for a horizontal world, a piece of quiet desert engineering. There is a profound logic to its design. The fattier cuts of meat are placed on the highest levels so that as they cook, their rich juices drip down, basting and flavoring everything below in a slow, patient cascade. The pivotal moment of the ritual arrives. The food-laden rack is carefully lowered onto the bed of glowing embers. A heavy metal lid is placed over the hole, creating a seal against the outside air. Then, a thick carpet is laid across the lid and the sand is shoveled back, completely burying the feast. It is an act of surrender, entrusting the meal to the silent collaboration of fire, earth, and time. Now, the 2-hour wait begins, but this is not empty time. The men gather in the Majlis tent, sitting on carpets as sweet, dark tea is brewed over a small fire and poured from a great height into delicate glasses. This is the heart of the ritual. It is in the shared stories, the quiet laughter, the easy silence. The feast is not just about sustenance for the body, but about the weaving of community, the strengthening of bonds in the patient act of waiting together. As dusk settles over the dunes, they return to the mound of sand. The earth is carefully brushed away, the carpet lifted. When the metal lid is finally prized open, a plume of aromatic steam erupts, carrying the scent of roasted meat, spices, and baked earth into the cool evening air. The aroma that rises from the earth is more than just food. It is the scent of smoke and spice, of hot sand and slow time, a fragrance that speaks of a trust placed in the elements. The tiered metal rack is lifted from its earthen cradle, a steaming totem of nourishment. Lamb, impossibly tender, slides from the bone with the slightest touch, while vegetables, infused with savory steam, are vibrant and soft. This bounty is laid out over a vast platter of rice, a landscape of sustenance offered to all. The community gathers, sitting on carpets spread over the sand, forming a quiet circle of shared anticipation. This 2-hour ritual is a deliberate act of resistance against the hurried world. It is a profound statement, spoken in the language of fire and earth, that the most essential things in life cannot be rushed. Flavor, trust, community, these are not commodities to be acquired quickly. They are cultivated. The desert, in its vast, unhurried expanse, has taught this lesson for millennia. Patience is a necessity for true connection. In a world that prizes speed, the Zarb feast is a quiet anchor. It reminds us of a universal human need to slow down, to invest our time in the acts that truly nourish us. This ritual is not just about eating. It is about creating a space where relationships can deepen, where stories can be shared without interruption. It invites a question for us all. Where in our own lives have we sacrificed the slow and meaningful for the fast and convenient? As the meal concludes, the fire dies down to a soft, orange glow, a warm heart beating in the cool desert night. The stars above seem impossibly bright, a silent audience to this ancient ceremony. The plates are cleared, but the feeling of communion, of a shared and sacred moment, lingers in the air. The desert returns to its immense silence, but it no longer feels empty. It feels full, charged with the warmth of human presence. This is the echo of the Zarb. It is a memory not just of taste, but of a different way of being. A reminder that sometimes the most profound experiences are found in the simple, patient act of waiting together under an open sky. This is more than a meal. It is a story told in smoke and sand, a living record of a people's profound relationship with their environment. The Bedouin Zarb is an echo of generations who learned to draw life from the unforgiving desert. And in this ritual, there is a quiet act of defiance. It is the creation of abundance in a landscape of scarcity, a testament to human ingenuity. This feast declares that even here, with patience and knowledge, a celebration is possible. As the meat cooks below, the camp above has its own gentle rhythm. An elder might watch the stars, gauging the time by their slow procession. Women share quiet conversation while preparing flatbreads and salads, their hands moving with practiced ease. Each person has a role, often unspoken, but deeply understood. This is not a performance for outsiders, but the seamless functioning of a community. The feast is a loom, and every individual is a thread, weaving the social fabric stronger with each shared task. That 2-hour wait is not empty time. It is the heart of the ritual. It is a space carved out of the day for stories to be told, for laughter to echo, for bonds to be reaffirmed. In our modern world, we try to eliminate waiting, but here it is the most valuable ingredient. The desert itself teaches this lesson. It moves at its own pace, governed by the sun and the wind. The Zarb is an embodiment of that philosophy. To rush the cooking would be to disrespect the process, to misunderstand the very nature of this life. As the time nears, a quiet anticipation settles over the group. The air, once thin and cool, now carries a rich, savory promise rising from the earth itself. People begin to gather, not with impatience, but with a shared reverence for the moment of completion. The unearthing is done with care, a slow reveal. It's not simply digging up dinner. It is retrieving something that was entrusted to the earth, a collaboration between human hands and the patient warmth of the sand. When the tiers of meat and vegetables are finally lifted, steaming and perfect, a quiet murmur of approval ripples through the onlookers. This is a moment of shared success, a collective breath of satisfaction that binds everyone present. This Bedouin feast is a profound act of communion. It is a reaffirmation of identity, a celebration of resilience, and a powerful reminder that the most meaningful things in life are often created slowly, together, with the wisdom of the desert as a guide.